Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Talent Finders would like to welcome vocalist, music director, producer, television writer, producer, actor, author, playwright, ordained minister, philanthropist, charity founder, Maria Manna, anniversary fund and franchise owner. So welcome, Maria.
Wow, that was long.
Well, we had to get in all your talents, right?
Thank you. Hello.
So, Maria, firstly, I'd like to congratulate you on all your achievements. Can you please share with us how your career started?
Well, I've had many different careers. If we're going to talk about the music, I think I was 6 years old when I first started singing. And, that was just singing at home, singing Italian songs with my mom and dad, and listening to 45s and 33s and 78s on the record player. And then I started to sing in talent shows at school and things like that. And when I was 18, I joined an Italian wedding band in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I was making a living basically at singing and just the different things associated with music. So that's how I got started, and just basically doing weddings and funerals, singing for funerals, and so that's how I got my start.
Amazing, amazing. So you are so multi-talented in so many genres of the entertainment industry. You expanded into philanthropy as well as becoming an ordained minister. So can you give us some background of how you expanded and transitioned into these, and was this an organic process for you?
Well, I have to tell you something. When I was a little girl, I was 12 years old. I was outside helping my father. I was kind of like the boy because there were four girls, and I was the oldest, so I had to help my dad with everything outside and in the garage and things like that. And I said to him one day, "Dad, what should I be when I grow up?" And he said to me, he's a landed immigrant from Italy. He said, "Maria, you can be anything you want because you were born in this country of Canada. You can do anything." So I did everything, and I just looked at, the sky's the limit. And when I was getting bored of just singing for weddings and funerals and bar mitzvahs and things like that, I just started getting involved in more charity work, and then also providing music for their functions. And that process, I'm still doing it.
Yes.
And then I just as a Christian, I really felt the pull to spread the word of God and take it one step further and become an ordained minister.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
so you've been a vocalist for 45 years in the various genres of jazz, blues, gospel, and Italian, which is obviously amazing. So what do you believe makes your style unique and different? And what do you believe you've done differently to maintain and sustain such a long career in such a highly competitive industry?
Well, looking at the first part of your question, what makes your style unique? I think what I bring to the stage and how I deliver to my audience is what makes me unique. And I think everybody has that kind of unique presentation or what they take to the stage. I am what you would call a true entertainer. I entertain on stage. I don't just get up and sing a song. You get the full meal deal with me.
Yes.
So I put on a show, and then what I've done to sustain my career, because I'm 59 and I've been at it since I was 18.
Yes.
One manager once said to me, "Don't ever tell people your age." I'm not afraid to tell people my age. I've been at this for a long time. But I do have to say, what's helped me is I keep reinventing myself. For instance, I created my own. I produced my own musical. I wrote and produced my own musical called It's Amore. That's a reinvention. I'm going to write my own musical play. Then after that, I did a tribute to Natalie Cole. And so that was another reinvention. You know, I just keep doing different things and bringing to my audience things that I think they would be interested in. Because if you keep doing the same style of music or the same kind of songs, you know, people get tired of it. And the other thing is, I don't perform as often as some other musicians because I want them to want me.
Yes.
So what I do is I go back and I create something, and then voila, here's another show.
Yes. Amazing. So what are some of your biggest lessons within, or what are some of your biggest lessons within your career, would you say?
Don't get overly excited every time someone says, some record labels or somebody comes by and says, I'm going to sign you, because chances are that's not going to happen.
Yes.
Without having to pay a lot of money. I think that was a big lesson. I'm just always a very excited person when it comes to news. And
Yes.
So I've learned to really keep calm, to share the stage, to not be a diva in a sense where, you know, it's in the negative side. I'm just you know, I share my stage. I schlep my equipment, and I really pay my musicians well when I do a show.
Yes.
And I know that when you pay them well, they will go above and beyond for you. So a lot of respect on the stage, I would say.
Absolutely. So you've been the music director slash producer for Vancouver Island Gospel Festival, as well as Vancouver Island Has Talent, and Victoria Idol, just to name a few. So can you share with us more about this experience and how it
Well,
came about?
sure. So the first one that was around was Victoria Idol, and it was a fundraiser actually for a nonprofit organization, and they were looking for a producer for the show and you know, and the MC and director. So I think it paid $5,000, but it was a very long and arduous task, and I took it, and it was great. And I thought, you know, I could do this. So what I did was I created Vancouver Island's Got Talent. And now that was a competition from the whole island of where I live, Vancouver Island.
Okay.
Close to 1 million people live on the island. And it was a talent show. So three scouting audition shows, and then 10 elimination shows. And, you know, the process was arduous because, you know, not only did we have to maintain all the talent, I had to find my judges, have the venue, have prizes, and then find a real good final prize, which ended up being the winner had a performance in Las Vegas at Planet Hollywood and opened for Michael Bolton. So that was a big coup for the person. And that was a very successful show that I created and produced. And then I did the a gospel festival, which again was a lot of work, but I brought talent from the States, and yeah, it was very successful. Again, all of these things were for nonprofit organizations. And what happened with Vancouver Island's Got Talent, I took the proceeds and opened up Maria Manna Bursary Fund. And that's a bursary that sits at the Victoria Conservatory of Music for children, students who cannot afford music lessons. They can dip into that bursary.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing, amazing. And obviously being able to just make a difference in other people's lives wanting to pursue, you know, careers in the arts is phenomenal.
Yes,
So
exactly.
COVID-19 has turned our world inside out and upside down. How has this impacted you personally? And how has this changed for you as an artist? And can you give us some examples?
Absolutely. You know, COVID, when it hit, I thought was going to be the end of my music career because a lot of things shut down for me. I was going to be doing 2 shows with double Grammy Award winner Diane Shore, jazz
Yes.
vocalist and pianist. You know, I was starting to set up the Canadian chapter of the Jazz Foundation of America. So, you know, I started the BC Vocalist Society, a society for vocalists in British Columbia that are struggling, and also a music workshop or a vocal workshop. So
Yeah.
all that came tumbling down. But within this pandemic madness, I decided to start, with my husband's suggestion, of course, to start doing balcony performances.
Yes.
And I ended up doing 75 days in a row, from I think it was March 30th to June 14th was my final show. So I did about 165 songs. And that was, you know, that was my, I felt like I was in Vegas doing a run, you know, for 70
Amazing.
for 75 days, and that just kept my pipes, you know, in tune, kept me excited, and we got our neighborhood engaged. But then we were getting like 4 or 5 thousand views on Facebook per night, which I mean, those were the big nights. And so it was great. But in the meantime, I ended up meeting a producer, a record label producer,
Mm.
who asked me if I had any original material. I sent it to him. He liked it, and I got signed. So for some, COVID was, you know, the end of their career. For me, it blossomed into a whole new life.
Yeah, and a whole new chapter.
Exactly.
So, you have a new and exciting new single out, which obviously you've just touched on now, which you're launching during the pandemic, which is amazing. The song
Uh-huh.
is called I Like It in the Water. So, can you please share with us more about this and what is the meaning of the song for you? And what is the inspiration behind the song?
Well, so the song is fun, and it's exciting, and it's saucy, and you know, it's about um, you know, for me, it's about dancing in the water, and I just love the thought of dancing in the water with the person that you love. And so that is my visual when I was writing the song. Now, I have a co-writer who wrote with me, and his name is Mark Robson. And he came to me one day and he said, I've got this song that I started, but I don't know where to take it. All I've got is sometimes I like it in the water, sometimes I don't. And then he said, can you help me with the rest of it? So I wrote the rest of the lyrics and wrote the bridge, and you know, and then went into a recording studio, recorded it, and so that was that song. And you know, I just hope that it delivers when people hear it, that they feel a freedom just to dance and just to be you and feel good about yourself no matter what you look like. Go and dance in the water.
Yes. No, amazing and very inspiring. So, you've obviously performed with many talented artists over the years. Can you share with us more about this? And did this help open doors to your career?
um you know, I've never been a person who's been starstruck.
Yes.
I really respect everybody for what they do in their career. And for me, meeting, you know, I mean, I've met Tony Bennett, I've met um, Paul Anka, I've met, and then I've met and worked with some Canadian artists that are, you know, famous and wonderful. Um, and my takeaway from being with them, working with them, or even just meeting them was, you know, something that you just treasure, because I got to really meet the true person.
Yes.
not just the stage person. And, to whoever's listening, if you have any idols that you follow, know that they're a human being too, and they do everything just like you do. They wash their face like you do, and they eat like you do, and they have desires and sadness and happiness just like everybody else.
Yes.
So I really enjoyed meeting the wonderful people that I have in my life.
So you have a passion, and you have mentioned this before, but you have a passion for philanthropy and charity work. Can you share with us more about this and the charity work you have done? I know you co-founded UJAMS. Can you please share with us more about this part of you in terms of philanthropy?
Well, I feel that I am very fortunate in my life with all that I have.
Yes.
Health, great relationship, wonderful children. I grew up in a good family and ate well, and so because of all of this, I have the desire to give back. And I really believe that God has made me an instrument to help his people. And I love to champion charities. UJAMS, it stands for Universal Jazz Universal Jazz Advocates and Mentors Society, and we mentor and advocate for young musicians. And that I co-founded back in 2004, and still going strong. And, I've worked a lot with the Kidney Foundation. I've worked with the Cancer Foundation, BC Children's Hospital Foundation, many other, little local, because I like to also stay local and help the people in my backyard, basically.
Yes.
And then most recently, I created the BC Vocalist Society, again, helping vocalists who are in need here in our province of British Columbia. It's been very fulfilling, very heartful.
I'm sure. Yeah. And it's amazing to see the impact that you create on other people's lives. So really fantastic work. So what would you,
and I just wanted to add, the accolades you get, or when you see the amount of money you've raised, or you've seen how it's benefited other people, that to me is my payback. That's how I get paid.
Absolutely. So what would you say some of your biggest career highlights have been?
Oh,
I'm sure there's probably many, but kind of what stands out for you the most?
I think, creating some of my most passionate works, like the It's Amore musical play, Vancouver Island's Got Talent, and and just meeting the wonderful people that I've met. Meeting Tony Bennett was just it's all, some people dream of it. I didn't dream of it, but it's it fulfilled me, and just things that I've done in my career like that, it just stands out, and it just opens your eyes to so many things that makes me realize how much we have and how much others don't. So
what would you say the 3 key pieces of advice you would give to other artists looking to pursue a career in the entertainment industry?
Number one, and I say this when I teach in the industry, the number one thing is separate you from the product you create. So very early in life, I separated myself, Maria Manna, the nice person, the lady, the young girl, from Maria Manna, the stage person. Those are 2 different people. Or Maria Manna, the nice lady, and Maria Manna, the CD or the product. Because that product is not who you are. That product is something you created. Separate the 2 and you will never get hurt. Because if somebody doesn't like your music, it's not that they're saying that they don't like you. They just don't like the product you created. So separate the two. The
Yes.
second thing I would say is, when you are out performing, when you are a performer, when you are on stage, be gracious and kind to not only your audience, but to your band members. Remember that they are providing the music. And if you are part of a team, you have to stay cohesive. And part of being cohesive is to be kind to each other. Be a band member. And the third thing I would say is don't let it all go to your head, because you can be replaced so quickly. Just keep your feet on the ground. Do whatever you're doing in the industry. With whatever you do in your life, do it with integrity, and do it because you love it and you hope that it impacts somebody else.
Yes, absolutely. So that leads me to the final question. What legacy would you like to leave, or how would you like to be remembered? Because for some people, the legacy part is tricky, but how would you like to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered as the woman who tried to give it her all, no matter what it was. I want people to remember me as someone who was selfless and caring and giving. I think that's really important. If anything, that's what I would want people to remember, that I walk among the rich and the poor, and all I really seek to find is the goodness from the soul of the people. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, how good is your soul?
Yes. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
If people would like to connect with you or to find your song, the latest single, where and what are the best platforms to do so?
So on YouTube, if they type in my name, Maria Manna, that's MARIAMANNA, and I Like It in the Water, they'll find that song. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Instagram. So just check out Maria Manna.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to also say the song is available on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play. Please upload the song or download the song and listen to it. I'm sure it'll be an earworm. You'll listen, you'll have that song in your head all day.
I'm sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Maria, and hopefully we can have you back in the future to see where your journey's taken you. And wish you all the best for the launch of your new song.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.